See this piece of shit? I accidentally hit my knee like this, and because this thing's so fucking small, it's not made for someone that's fucking 6 feet tall. It's a tiny piece of absolute shit. This is the Ford Ranger. There's no room anywhere. See, I just smack my fucking head every time I go over a bump. This thing's an absolute piece of shit. Never buy a fucking Ford Ranger because it's a piece of fucking shit. And guess what? Guess what happens when you go over a bump? You smack your head on this stupid fucking thing. And look at that. You got fucking dumb fucking seatbelt shit right there. And what else you got? Oh. And when you go for a fucking oil change, if you go to anywhere except Ford, it's gonna be $250 fucking dollars because it takes 6 fucking guys lifting it into the air, taking off the wheel, taking off the side wheel covers, because this absolute piece of fucking shit, you cannot just do an oil change on it. I tried. I bought the oil filter and the oil, which you can't return the oil filter. So you get an oil filter and then they say, no, they're not going to use the oil filter that you bought that's brand new. So what happens? You go to Ford and it takes them fucking almost an hour, but at least it's only, like $85 to do that oil change from Ford. I went to fucking Jiffy Lube. It took them over 2 hours and 6 people. They only charged me like $150, which that's under their cost probably for having like 6 people taking off wheels and shit like that, putting it on the lifts, and 6 people just like scratching their heads and scratching their nuts, sitting underneath it saying, what the fuck is with this piece of shit? So you can only go to Ford to get this thing, have an oil change done. And yeah, that's how it goes. Ford Ranger, piece of shit, never buy it. The end.